10 secrets you missed in the Super Mario movie. The Super Mario movie, the new animated movie of Illumination that is breaking tons of records in the box office right now. A movie that all of us have been waiting for years, and it's finally here for us in the big screen. The Super Mario movie has been a sound success in the box office of animated movies. This is mainly because it's a great film that we were all impressed by when we watched it in theaters. The world of Mario in this movie is truly fun, vast, colorful, and full of joy in all of the senses. From the life of Mario with his Italian parents, his funny problems with his brother Luigi, to their adventures in the wonderful Mushroom Kingdom, where things get really good. This movie is an absolute mix of great things which certainly make it one of the best animated movies ever released. We expected it to be good, but not this good. The storyline is on another level. The characters are very dynamic and have a ton of fun secret references to the Mario Bros games. Overall, an amazing movie that definitely deserves a second part. The Super Mario movie tells us the story of Mario and Luigi, two Italian brothers who recently started a plumbing business in their neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. But after a huge manhole leak occurs, the brothers go to fix it, but they are sucked into the Mushroom Kingdom. But as they are teleported, they separate, and as opposed to Mario, who lands in the beautiful Mushroom Kingdom, Luigi lands in the Dark Lands, where the king of the Koopas rules the kingdom, Bowser. When Mario realizes that his brother has been taken away by Bowser, he embarks on the journey to help his brother and free him. In the process, Mario will go through amazing adventures where he will meet Princess Peach, Toad, Donkey Kong, and many more. But there are many secrets that you guys have missed in the Super Mario movie, secrets that you didn't pick up on or see because of how entertaining the movie is. Many of these hidden secrets make the movie so much more interesting, and you definitely have to see them, guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into the 10 secrets you missed in the Super Mario movie. Let's go, guys! Right at the beginning of the introduction of the Super Mario movie, we see the typical and worldwide known logo of Universal Pictures. But most importantly, after this, we see the Illumination logo on red acting like a traffic light for the race that is about to take place. And in the same scene, we see the one and only Stewart from the Minions and Despicable Me at the starting point of the race that he's about to take part in. He is revving up his engine to get ready to take off, but when the Illumination logo turns green, the car stalls and breaks down, leaving him unable to start the race. Now, you may think that this is just a funny joke at the intro, but it's actually a secret reference to Mario Kart. In the Mario Kart games, if you try to start driving before the countdown ends, your car actually stalls at the starting line for some seconds, leaving time for your rivals to have some seconds of advantage over you for trying to start the race early. This, in many cases, actually causes you to lose the whole game, which can be incredibly frustrating, just like it happened to Stewart in this scene at the introduction of the movie. Just don't try to start your car early in the Mario Kart games, guys. After the epic introduction of the Super Mario movie, the first thing we see is an ice castle and drops of lava hitting the ice-cold floor, and when the camera turns, we see the one and only castle of Bowser, crushing every part of the Ice Kingdom and sitting at the front of the castle. Then the camera goes into the castle, and we see the army of Koopas that Bowser has, and Bowser finally comes out to face the blue penguins, who don't fear him at all, and go straight to battle the army of Bowser head-on with their snowballs. But then Kamek ends up using his magic to defeat the blue penguins. Now, the blue penguins we see in the scene are not just typical characters. We have seen them before in the Mario game franchise. We saw them for the first time in the Super Mario game, Super Mario 64, where we had to save a baby penguin and take it to a safe spot with his mother. They also appeared in a level of Mario Party where you had to dodge little armies of these little penguins, and you also had to dodge the big ones that would come later to try to throw you to the cold waters, hence losing the game. But the thing is that these blue penguins are not the most popular characters, and we see them very little in the Mario franchise. But Illumination surely knew how to use them to make the movie way more enjoyable, that's for sure. In the scene when Kamek defeats the blue penguins, the screen turns black and we see a TV ad of Mario and Luigi promoting their local plumbing business and services in Brooklyn, New York. It is a very funny ad, and it's at the same time the same ad that was released by Illumination some months prior, if you remember. It features a woman asking help from the Italian brothers because her pipelines broke, and the brothers help her fix them. We see them pumping water out of the sink, wearing flashy clothes and cool glasses. Overall, a very funny and original ad. But is this ad important? Why you're telling us about it, Jay? Well, it really is, guys. This ad is a reference to the intro of the Super Mario show of the Super Mario Bros. This show was a live-action animated television series that aired from September the 4th to December the 1st of 1989. If we look at the intro of this show, we can see that the singer's voice and tone is literally exact to the one we see in this ad. Not only that, the plumbing works they do are also exactly the same as the ones we see in the ad. In the Super Show of the Mario Bros, the brothers are unclogging a bathroom, while in the ad of the Super Mario movie, they're unclogging a sink in the same exact manner. And then they're sucked into the Mushroom Kingdom, just like in the movie. A cool secret that you probably missed. Right after this, the camera zooms out of the TV and we see and realize that the brothers Mario and Luigi are watching their own ad, and they get super excited of how it looks, rightfully so, it looks amazing. They start complimenting each other saying you did great and the other saying you did it a lot better. Mario tells Luigi that it was a great idea to spend their savings in this commercial, and Luigi tells him that it's not a commercial, it's a work of art. Okay, Luigi, calm down. Now, the place where they're watching their commercial is a pizza place called Punch-Out!, which is a secret reference to a game with the same name called Punch-Out!. It was released by Nintendo on December of 1983. In the game, you had to defeat your opponent in a boxing match, but the most interesting part about this game is that Mario is actually the referee of the matches. We see him at the end of every match if we win. But not only this, in the wall where the brothers are watching their ad, we see paintings of the characters of the game. Here we have Glass Joe, one of the opponents you have to go against in the game. This guy right here is the trainer of the main character, Little Mac, and here we see a portrait of Little Mac holding his prize after winning a match. In the same scene where we see the multiple references of Punch-Out!, we see a guy called Jumpman, which I will talk about more in the next point, guys, who tells the brothers that their accent in the commercial was perfect, and everything they did on it was perfect too. Now, in the same shot I showed you guys before, if we looked at the top of the scene, we see a picture of a garden with a blue sky on it. This is, of course, a secret reference to the game Duck Hunt. This garden is a reference to the main landscape we see in the game, but without the dog. Released in 1984, it was one of the first games released by Nintendo, and it became massively popular all over the world, since it used the iconic Nintendo shooter which you had to use to catch the ducks. Plus, if we go back to the scene where Mario and Luigi are watching their commercial, at the left side of the scene, we see one of the ducks that we have to catch in the Duck Hunt game, a classic game that they had to give a secret homage to. Going back to the character I showed you guys before, this character is called Jumpman, and we first see him when the Mario brothers are happily talking about their commercial. He's right there playing an arcade game that has his own name, Jumpman. This character is a very nice and funny man that looks very similar to Mario, like a very early version of him, right? Well, that's because that's exactly who he is. This character is actually the first ever Mario. Jumpman was the name that the first Mario had when he appeared in the game of Donkey Kong for the first time. It was after this game when they changed his name to Mario and gave him his own game. At the same time, the game that Jumpman is playing right here in this scene is the first game of Donkey Kong that was released on July of 1981. If we zoom closely at the character in the arcade machine and we compare it to the poster of the first Donkey Kong game, the secret is more than clear. While Mario and Luigi are talking with Jumpman, we hear a guy in the background say, well, 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 look who we have here, the favorite failures of Brooklyn. When we look at the guy's face, we see that he's wearing sunglasses and has a very smug attitude. On his shirt, we can read that his name is actually Spike. Well, this guy is the main antagonist of the classic game called Wrecking Crew. In the game, he's called Foreman Spike, and the game was released in 1985. In the game, you had to use Mario to crush all the walls to achieve the mission, and if we zoom into the hat of the Spike we see in the movie, we can see that he has the name of the game on his hat, Wrecking Crew. In the scene where Mario is heading towards Peach's castle and goes through the Toad Town, we see many secret references to the Mario games, so strap in. Here we have an image of one of the mystery boxes that we can open in the game of Super Mario Bros. 3. Here we have a shop that has the color purple in it, and the logo has a hat with eyes. This is a reference to Cappy, the hat character we see in Super Mario Odyssey. In this poster at the left side of the scene, we see Toadette, the female Toad character that has appeared many times throughout the Mario games, but for some reason didn't appear in the movie. And this is Chip. Chip is an antagonist of the missions where Mario goes underwater. When Mario is being accompanied by Toad through the town, there is a shot where we see an antique shop, and this is full of secrets. The key we use in the games to open the secret pathways, the super bell that turns you into a cat in the Mario games, the blue switch that when we turn it on, opens new pathways or hidden coins, the music boxes that we can jump over, then we have the P-Wing, which appears for the first time in Mario 3 and allows Mario to fly infinitely. Here we have the Lakitu Cloud, an egg of Yoshi, and the hammer that made its first appearance in the game of Donkey Kong. These Toads you see right here are wearing the same helmets that the Mario brothers wore in Super Mario Maker 2. Here we have a mushroom, and finally we see a map that is inspired by the same map that we see in Mario 3. In the scene where Mario goes against Donkey Kong, we see this old monkey right here. His name is Cranky Kong, and he's the king of the monkeys. He first appears in Donkey Kong Country to give us advice. But did you know that this is the Donkey Kong that goes against Mario in the first Donkey Kong game? After which the game Donkey Kong Jr. would be released, and this is the Kong that we all know about. But the one we see in the first game is actually Cranky Kong, not the Donkey Kong Jr. And well, my guys, that's all the dose of DJ there is for today. I really hope you guys liked this video and liked all of these secrets you missed in the Super Mario movie. If you like this video and want me to make another part, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one, my guys. Peace!